All right, let's go. So first, guys, thanks for coming to the first ever ALT Insider webinar. Very excited to have you guys here. This event is all about helping you have a great first day, because that is coming up very soon, and that's a big form of stress, cause of stress. I know it was for me, my first day. So even if it's not your first day, though, there should be something here for you. So let's get to the presentation. Sadly, my beautiful face cannot be shown during the presentation, but it's probably better anyway. So let's get to it. So this presentation is set up in the beautiful Sakura because, hey, anyone doing Hanabi there? So anyone doing Hanabi these days? So sweet. So let's get into it. First, I want to say thank you. And since you guys are already using the chat pretty well, if you have any questions, just go ahead in there. I've got Egg Roll and Sean Burke in the chat. Give me the questions. If I can't get to it right away, I will get to it a little bit later on down the road. There's going to be some Q&A sessions, so I'll get to it. If you don't want to stick around, but you want to make sure you get the sweet coupon code for the full year lesson plans, just click on the link below this video, and Webinar Madness is your coupon code. And that's what you need. $48 off the yearly lesson plans and $48 off $1 million. Still pretty good, right? It's not $1 million. And make sure if you are watching on YouTube, don't watch on YouTube. It's better on here. LT Insider/webinar. So let's get this show on the road. Sure. So first, I wanted to go in about the newly released, today released, full year of elementary school lesson plans. This has everything you need to have an awesome year. This is only elementary school lesson plans, but those are the ones I think that require the most preparation, take your most time. I want you to have as much free time as you can in Japan. These things will let you do that. These are designed to have you less than 15 minutes of prep time. Less than 15 minutes, I can guarantee it. Most of less than 5. 30 worksheets, 66 lessons, all the PowerPoint games you need just for watching today and for the next 24 hours. If you use the coupon code Webinar Madness, that is $48 off. $48 off. So only good tomorrow until 9 o'clock. So be sure to do that. It is designed to be used with the textbooks you will definitely be using in elementary school, Hi Friends 1 and 2. And it follows the MEX guidelines and hits every single grammar point you need to hit. So that's all about that, but be sure to use Webinar Madness if you're interested. There we go. Tonight's schedule is your first day must do. So I'm going to go through a typical first day and things that you should do along the way. I mean, every day is kind of different, but there's some things I think you should do every single time. Then we're going to have a first question and answer time and a quick run through of an intro lesson that I always use that is better than the normal hold up a koala bear and say I'm from Australia, or hold up a hamburger and say I'm from America intro lesson that everyone hates and is bored by. You don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. And if you want to get that for free, it's download below the video, below the chat on the right side of the screen is the free link to download the PowerPoint and the worksheet for that lesson plan. If you want to go ahead and do that, that's cool too. All free. And we'll end up with a question and answer session again. So let's get to it. So first, about me, that beautiful face. I am a 7-year ALT now. I'm from America. I came to Japan because, why did I come to Japan? Everyone is going to ask you, so you better get ready for that question too. I say it was because I had friends from Japan in college because it's easier, but I guess I didn't go to college away from home, so I wanted to get that adventure feeling, I think. And I always liked Japan, the normal Japan stuff, games and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be cool. And I figured 1 year, cool, I'm going to go there, have a good time, then come back. As you can see, that didn't happen. I started out as a Kaiwa teacher, did not like that, and quit 6 months later with no backup plan. But I figured it had to be better than Eikaiwa. I didn't want to sell stuff. I found a job quickly after that as a first ALT job, and then I love that a lot and still do it today. I am married now to a Japanese woman. First kid is on the way in almost 2 months now. So I'm really excited about that. And that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, you know what to do. Hit the chat up and it'll let you know. Let's go next. So your first day is basically your unveiling to your future coworkers. Now, I know you're gonna be nervous. Nothing I can say can make you not be nervous. So you're gonna be nervous. But the thing that you want to do is make people think of you as a professional, someone they can trust, someone that they want to work with for the next year at least. And a lot of people will make decisions about you in this first day. So to make sure you are set up for that, you want to be definitely 20 minutes early. Now, there's two kind of options here. One is sometimes your dispatch company or your handlers, I like to call them, the people looking over you, will go with you to the school. If that's the case, you kind of have it easy. They'll take you to the school at the right time. If you have to meet them there, be 20 minutes early at least. You want to make sure that there's no problems that could happen that could stop you from getting there on time. I mean, seriously, anything. If you're late on this day, it's bad. Now, of course, once you build up a relationship, you can kind of don't have to be 20 minutes early, of course. I don't say you want to be there 20 minutes early every single day. You want to be there 20 minutes early on this first day, maybe the second day too, but definitely 20 minutes early on the first day. Next, you want to wear your best. Now, as you can see from my post on dress code, if you checked it out, I don't think that you should wear a suit every day as an ALT. I think it's stupid, and any company that says you should do that is also stupid. But you should wear your best this day. So, I mean, your best suit, not a cheap suit. Wear your best thing, okay? If that's a suit, if it's a dress, if it's whatever, the suit set or whatever, wear that. You want to wear your best this day. People are just making decisions about you that you maybe can't change for a while, so just wear your best this day. Next, you want to shave. Even if you like to have a little beard, it's better to shave this day. I know it sounds stupid, but it's true. Some people have. One day I went to, I don't know, 3 years ago or something, I didn't shave for the first day because I thought I knew that school. There was a new teacher there. And I said, of course, I said, how you doing? Nice to meet you. She remembered that I didn't shave. She thought I was this Gaijin guy that didn't shave at the end of the year. So, I mean, for me, that I guess it makes a big impression. Maybe we should shave. Next, have a bag, a briefcase, or something. You want to look professional here. I know you probably don't need to have a bag, a briefcase, or something if you're teaching elementary school. You might just you have all your materials online. You might just not want to carry anything. Have something as first day. You want to look professional as possible. Remember, you're setting your image to have a great career at this school. Bring something with you. Don't make the mistake of just walking up like any guy. You're supposed to be a professional teacher. Remember, you're getting paid like a teacher here. You should act like it, especially on this first day, but every day after that, do it too. Okay. Next, you're unveiling. Let's go to the next slide. It's about greeting people. Now, of course, if you're going with a dispatch company person, they will handle a lot of the greeting for you. But even if you can't speak Japanese, don't just sit there. Say "Ohayo gozaimasu." That's at just that level. Even if you can't speak Japanese at all, you want to say that. You want to at least put the effort out there that you're making greetings. You don't want to sit there. The person that comes with you, if you do have someone, will just talk their head off, talking about you and the system. You just be sitting there a lot. You want to make sure that you're still saying hello, good morning to everybody you can. Everybody you can. Saying hi to everyone. Make sure you're very visible. And if you see a teacher, if you see a student, say good morning to them in English. Okay, you want to get yourself out there as much as you can. You want to say, hey, I'm here at the school now. You want to be their friends. The faster you get to saying hi, the better. The faster you get from being this weird foreign person that's their teacher to being their friend, the better. First step, saying good morning right when you see them. Everyone you see, this also looks good for if your principal sees you do this and your company people see you do this. Just a good idea. Also, you'll be given tea. Drink it all. I didn't really like tea when I first got here. I didn't drink it all, and I got this, the old stink eye from my company. I said, okay, I better drink this. Now I like green tea, but at that time I didn't, so it was a little bit of a tough thing, but it was okay now. Also, the bowing thing, don't worry about it. Don't try to worry about how deep to go and all this stuff. Just bow the normal way. Look what they do the same. Don't do the full 90-degree bow to your sensei all the way down thing. Just be cool. Bow a little bit. Take it easy, Next. Okay, this is for junior high school only. Your GTEs your Japanese teachers of English, in other words, they will also want to greet you, and they will probably use English with you. Okay, so you should use English with them too. You don't want to make them, even if your Japanese is awesome, this is the one time where I think you shouldn't use it at all. Just show them that, hey, you want to speak English with me? That's cool. Outside of the teaching job, if you want to learn Japanese, don't have that same system. If you want to learn Japanese, you got to fight to speak Japanese. But while you're working, getting paid, you really should speak English to that person as much as they can. Even if they struggle with it at first, okay? Later, you can change your pattern, but at first, speak English with them. I like to at the first time, like I think it's a must do, is show that you have an intro, you have an activity already ready. You want to show that you're a very proactive teacher. You want to show that, hey, you don't have to worry about me. I have something to do, even if you don't. So it's a very important time to show that, because some teachers come and say, the teacher will ask you 99% of the time, what do you want to do the first lesson? Your answer cannot be, well, I don't know. You have to show like, hey, well, here's a worksheet that I have planned or whatever, have something. Also, it is very important to remember their name. You might have 3 or 4, so it's totally fine to write them down, not in front of them, but write it down. It's just good to remember that. It's just being a good coworker, right? I mean, you don't have a lot of teachers, that'll be tough, but it's just better to remember their name if they want to be more friendly with them, and you want to be able to work with them later. I mean, a lot of people just say, well, it's my, sensei, 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 sensei to every sensei, right? And that's cool, but that doesn't really get you into the in with them, right? You want to be, even if you don't want to be on the friend level with them, you want to be the professional, hey, we can talk to each other level. And that happens when you use your name. Yeah. So it's just a good idea. Use their name, remember their name. Also, you want to see their system and schedule. Now, they might not be able to answer you, or they might not give you the straight answer, but you want to see how much they plan on using you. So it's totally fine to say like, well, how many lessons a week, or how many times do I help you, that kind of thing. Because every teacher does different. Every teacher does it differently. Some teachers will, for example, say, I only need you once every lesson or something. So then if that's the situation, you could probably have a whole lesson to yourself, and to plan for that. But some teachers say, I want you every class, and you have 15 minutes, and that's a whole different thing. So it's better to confirm this now. Probably want to write that down too under their name, just so you know what they're doing. I have no idea who this teacher is on the bottom, but he looks like a typical English JT, so I probably got used to him. So let's go through that again. Using English is fine. Have an activity ready to show them. Remember their name, write it down if you have to, and confirm the system and schedule that they want to use with you. And also, one thing I didn't write, but some teachers will avoid you. Like some teachers that don't want to talk to, they're scared you don't speak Japanese, they don't want to talk to you. Don't let that happen. Still say good morning to them. Say ohayou gozaimasu if they don't want to talk to you, if they think they're nervous. Say something for them. Nico82, nice one. He says, ask for a seating plan. That's a good one too. If you want to start remembering kids' names, that's a good way to do that. I say the first class is always I make nameplates the first class. That helps me with that. Nico, that's a good idea too. Nice to see you. Next, let's go to the next slide. I think I covered the JTs enough. We'll talk about them more later. They're your main coworkers in JSS. They're the most important people you work with, more than the Kyoto sensei, vice principal, more than the principal. Pretty much, you're dealing with these guys all the time. All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so there's gonna be a big rush of meeting all these people, and this might take an hour. It might take 30 minutes. You might have to go to the school that day. In this situation, though, I'm talking about when you finish meeting everyone, you have to meet. You've learned the names, you've written down all the names. I say you should write down everything's name. So you write down the school name, the principal, the vice principal, and your handlers. Now, I've said handlers before. Handlers is kind of the people that are in charge of you. At elementary school, this is going to be different. It could be the vice principal. It could be the elementary school English leader dude. You want to make sure who all those people are, because if you have a question, if you want to say, hey, I'm not going to be here this day, hey, I'm interested in trying to use the computer room this lesson, you got to know that it's better to know the name saying, hey sensei, hey sensei, hey sensei. Don't get into that pattern of saying everyone's sensei. That's not good. I got stuck in it before. It's just I've learned the way how much better it is when you know someone's name. And for me, I had to write it down. If you have to write it down, don't be afraid to write it down. Now, this first day is the theme for me. So you see it on the site. Don't stay on the desk too long. If you sit at your desk from when you sit there till lunchtime, then I'll say, okay, this guy what is he doing? What does he want to do? He wants to sit here and do nothing, right? And I know it's fine to study Japanese, and I know it's fine to do that stuff. That's cool. But you don't want to be at the desk doing it, especially on this first day. You don't want to stay there long. You want to be proactive, moving around, going somewhere. You want to show that you want to really be a part of the school, not someone sitting on the desk. That's the main problem I see people do sometimes. They want to sit at the desk and stay there. Yeah, I'm at the desk. It's my safe point. I'm not saying you don't have free time. I want you to have more free time, which is why I make the lesson plans and stuff. But you want to do it in a very professional way, which is not sitting there, just sitting in front of your computer doing nothing. Because let's be honest, there's not that much to do when you're an ALT outside of planning your lessons, right? Let's be real about that. So next, and any other teacher that comes in, remember to say hi gozaimasu to them. You don't want to make this some kind of wall. I mean, you don't want to make a wall that like, oh, you're the new teacher. I want to talk. Just like with your students, you want to right from the get go. Hey, I'm at this school. I want to talk to you. You're cool. I'm cool. Maybe. Ohayou gozaimasu. That's it. If you want to talk to them more, they try to talk to you more. That's great. They probably won't. And if they do, that's awesome, but they probably won't. That's fine. Just say good morning. And you said your greeting. Every day, of course, you want to continue this, you know. So don't just do it. Don't just do it on this first day. Greet everyone you see. I should have said that somewhere else in these slides. Greet everyone you see always. It's just a good level. It's just a good thing to do. Okay. So if you are not sure what to do after you're calm after the storm of greeting everyone, find these places. Teacher's bathroom. That's someplace they might show you anyway. It's good to know. The gym. And this is my main place to go if I want to kill some time, spend time with students, kill some time. If I don't have any planning to do, I want to go there, find out where that is. English room, they will definitely show you where that is. If you are lucky enough to have an English room, you want to check out what's there. That's really important to see your materials you have there, see if they have a TV, see if they have a computer, see if they have stupid fruit stuff and all the every kind of material you want to find it. You want to find it there. The health room is just good to know where that is. That's another thing I added, but it's nice to know where that is. If you cut yourself when you're playing epic game of dodgeball, get hit in the nose, you're bleeding, you want to know where that is. Computer room, I like to know where that is because if I want to make a PowerPoint game or if I want to make a blog post for SALT Insider, I don't want to do it in the teacher's room because, again, that makes me look not proactive. I go to the computer room, do my preparation, and then I can do what I want to do on the lesson plans. Or I want to do on the lesson preparation, do it, see what you want to do. Find all these places. Don't just sit at your desk. Be visible. I put that for a reason. So I would stop here. Be visible. You want to be visible your first day. When you first get there, it's kind of the zoo effect, I find. And the zoo effect is, oh my God, it's a new teacher. It's like a big, I don't know, rhinoceros in the school. Everyone wants to come and see you, right? That's cool. But you want to make yourself not an animal. You're not a zoo animal. You want to say hi to everyone. So whenever you see someone, say hello. Just make that first step to getting to know them rather than just being a teacher that's a guy that's there. You want to really say hi to everyone, be visible in the school. And egg roll I make them write their name and put them on the desk every time I have a lesson with them. You may not write it every time. That's kind of a lot, but that's another good idea. Cool. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, we get to lunchtime. Now, I didn't say it, but you should ask about lunchtime in the morning. Where am I going to be eating lunch today? And there's a lot of benefits to eating lunch with the students, of course. I think for me, the main one is it gets past the teacher-student relationship. Past is the wrong word. Past is the wrong word. You want to get to at the level of kind of hey, I'm cool with you. I'm cool friends with you, And of course, lunchtime is probably the best outside of recess to get this done, to get that relationship going, where your class will be awesome because your students are on your team, as to say. I don't want to say team. Well, I just said team. I'll stick with it. The same team as you. Like, hey, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to teach you English. Let's have fun together. Lunch is the best time to do this. So in the morning, if you talk to your handler, your JT, ask them, hey, I want to eat lunch with the students. Also shows you being very proactive. You're not just saying, oh, I want to eat the lunchroom. Eating the lunchroom is a very stupid idea. Number one, it's boring. And number two, it doesn't you're not adding any value to the school when you do that. Of course, if you're very busy and you have 6 classes or whatever, of course, it's okay to sit at the desk sometimes. But if you're not that busy, it's just a good idea. Unless you have some kind of, you're a vegetarian, you're a vegan, you don't want to eat fish, that's a little different story. You might have to bring your own food. That's a little different story. But if you just want to eat lunch if you don't eat the school's lunch, do it in the classroom with the students. It's just smart. So to do this, I wrote this in what's it called? Legendary Lunchtime Post. But I like to do is write my name on the board right away. Because when you first walk in there, the students won't know you, right? So it's just good to put your name on the board. Say, what's that? It's my name. Say, you can write in English. That's fine. They'll say, oh, what's written there? I don't know. Just say your name. Hey, it's James. It's James. And then people will say it, And after you find a place to sit, I like to play Jenkin to figure out where I'm going to sit with the students, because it makes it fair. It's still not really fair. You'll still have some people complaining, but there's no other way. Also, if your teacher tries to set up some kind of circle system where you're in the middle, really say no to that because that's really weird. And you're like a gladiator. You're the gladiators in the middle with all the people around just watching you eat. It's really weird. One teacher tried to do that with me. I was like, yeah, I want to sit on the outside of the circle, so just don't do that. I like it better when they keep the lunch groups, play Jenkin, sit with the group that wins. That's just the best way to do it. I like to play a game. I wrote in that post the games I like to play. Shitty Tony is good. If the students are older, junior high school, you can still play games. Don't worry. They play English animals, so you go around the group who can say an English animal, and you keep going. Everyone says one until you run out. No one can say anymore. And if you say the same one, you're out. It's just an easy game. You can also do teachers of the school names. If you've been to the school, this doesn't work the first day. But once you've been to a school a while, you can play everyone name a teacher until they run out. And of course, you can always say yourself first to get the game going. One of the games that I play, you could say if you want to learn about, if you could say like the states of America, who could say the most states, that's for high level. You could say the prefectures of Japan, if you know them. That's for Japanese students of any age. It's a good one. Everyone says run around the table until you run out. And if you say the same one, you're out. Well, also eat all your food. If you don't like something, you should still eat it. But another ALT Insider classic you didn't hear from me, you can give if you get natto, it comes in a little box, right? It comes in a little styrofoam cup thing. Don't be afraid to stick that in your pocket when no one's looking, of course, and you can take that home and eat it later or give it to someone else, that kind of thing. Some teachers are really strict about not eating food, so if that's the case, then you really might have to eat anyway. But some teachers will let you, okay, you can get less food if you want now. Don't be afraid to drop it off. It's not a big deal. But it's not a big deal, but just do it. You don't have to eat anything you really don't want to. If you really don't want to eat something, you don't have to. There's ways around it. Also, when you're done lunch, thank the teacher, of course, to say thank you very much. Japanese or English is fine. If it's junior high school, probably Japanese is better. English, elementary school, it doesn't matter. In junior high school, English is better. Say thank you. After the lunchtime, you want to ask about recess. Now, this is for elementary school. Junior high school, it's cool, but your teacher really don't have anything to do with that. So you don't have to ask her about that or him about that. But you want to find out what the students are doing at lunchtime. The first day, you really want to do something with them, okay? You really want to find out what they're going to do. So find out what the students are doing, ask the teacher, ask a student in junior high school, see what they're doing. That leads us to the next slide of recess. Now, the first day, definitely play with the students. You're going to be in a suit, so you might want to bring a change of clothes. Alternatively, you can play in a suit, but that you're going to get sweaty, and it's just not a good deal. Dodgeball is the best game, I think, but if you don't like that, there's always other options. You could play Onigoko, which is hide and seek. That's not my thing. And it's like running's not really a game for me, but don't want to be in the teacher room for this time. The recess, you don't want to be there. Stay out of it this time. The first day, especially. Other days down the road, sure. If you don't want to play recess, please don't. But the first day, be there, be visible. Make sure the principal sees you playing with the students. After recess is over, you're coming back. Oh, you're all sweaty because you had a great time playing with the kids. That's just a good look, That makes you look like a teacher that wants to do stuff this year with the students. Have a good year. It's just smart, and it's also fun. If you're tired, you don't have to do it, but not just have fun and play. It's really good. It's really good. Okay, next. This is assuming I'll get into the first lesson later. This is just a kind of outside the classroom first day thing. But heading home, okay? So you don't have a certain time you should be home. I think with jets, it's 4:30. Dispatch companies, it varies. No matter what, leave 15 minutes after your time this first day. Even if they tell you to leave, which they might do the first day especially, just stay. Now, it's better to stay because it shows that you're preparing something. It shows that you are really getting ready for this year, kind of. I know it's tough the first day. You could see from my guide to leaving early, I don't think you have to stay until the time every time. If you're finished work after lunch and you said goodbye to everyone, you can go. This first day and this first month even, I don't agree with that. Stay till 15 minutes after. Show them that you want to be there, preparing stuff, being a part of the school. They're staying there till 8 o'clock. You can stay there till 4:15 or 4:45. It's not that hard of a deal. If you're in junior high school, it's easy. You can go check out a club. Now, choose what you want to do. Don't stick to a club too hard. You don't want to be a real club teacher here, unless you want to, but make sure you understand what that entails. If you really want to be a club teacher, you're going to have to go to the practices on the weekends, the games on the weekends, practice as much as you can. That's tough, you know? So what I find the first day is better to mingle, you know, go check out the softball, go check out kendo. Oh, you want to shoot a basketball around for a while with the basketball team. That's the way to do it, you know, the first day, especially you don't want to lock yourself down, you know. I've seen people that are like, oh, I love baseball so much, I'm going to join the baseball club. And they go to the baseball club. They say, oh, I want to be a part of the baseball club. And then they really get to be a part of that baseball club. They're like, oh man, this adds so much work that I don't get, you know, I work, so much work is added for me just because I wanted to play baseball. Even if you love baseball, mingle a little bit, you know, make sure you show your face in other places too. You don't, the art club, the band room, go around this first day, especially. You want to touch as many, you want to say hello to as many students you can this first day. And this is the perfect time. In elementary school, it's tougher because there's no club. Students will be going home. But until then, what I found, if let's say you probably won't have 6 classes this first day. So the 5th and 6th period will more than likely be open. If they are, walk around though, find if there's a PE class. Of course, you know, you might want to join that. That's cool. If there's a library class, you might be able to join that. You want to do something with the students rather than sitting in your teacher's room until then, you know. Of course, from after 6th period is over, you might have to be in the teacher's room, but yeah, you know, that's fine. But you want to be doing something. This first day is the hardest day, by the way. I should have said that at the beginning. This first day is definitely the hardest working day you're going to have, but it's also the most important to set you up to be able to be the kind of ALT you want to be on your time, working hard how you want to. This is what you have to do. It takes a lot of work on the first day, but it's really worth it. So leave 15 minutes after your time. That's an easy lesson. That's an easy thing to do. Okay, so I said a lot in 30 minutes. I should have brought a drink with me, but I didn't. Classic. But the Q&A, let's see if you have any questions. Dylan Smith in the chat, nice to see you. Nico82, nice to see you. Brad Cat, nice to see you. People not logged in, nice to see you. If you got any questions, let them fire. Let's see. Let's just go later, dude. Yeah, you can't put this, you can't, if they serve you natto, you can't put it, you have to pretend to want to eat it, right? So just take it on your plate. When no one's looking, it goes into the pocket. It's not easy. Yeah, you can't eat that. Okay, if there's no questions in about a minute, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get a drink of water actually right now. So give me 10 seconds. Nice, Sean Burke, on your second beer. Classic Sunday night beer. You're on vacation. Who cares, right? I shouldn't have to say this, but don't drink before your first day. Kids drop their food down their apron. What does that mean? Obviously, do not drink on your first day. Sure, too. Onigiri war. What's that? What's that, egg roll? Share the knowledge. 1 minute intermission here. Okay, we've devolved into the chat's about drinking right now, so I'm going to move on to the next part of this presentation. Presentation makes it sound so official. Webinar. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so This next section is all about your intro game. Now let me bring up mine so I can show it. This one is mainly for junior high school. For elementary school, I am a huge proponent of the bowling game. Put the link in there. That is the game I do for elementary school. It's just the best game I do. You want to start, it's the most fun game. Your students will remember it the most. I want to start with the most fun thing I can in elementary school. Dylan Smith, that's a good question. Does everyone work? Do you guys work as human tape recorders, or let you go loose? That depends on the teacher, but yeah, let the people in the chat answer that. Okay, so yeah, back to I can't look at the chat and I get distracted. I can't finish. Okay, so anyways, if you're doing elementary school, play bowling. It's a great game. Your kids will remember it. They will, I guarantee you, ask you to play it again. It's so easy. Do it. Now, let's get to the junior high school side of things. Your teacher will ask what you're doing. You want to say you're just going to introduce yourself. They might want to hear more about it, but just say that, because they might tell you to introduce yourself with a long kind of speech kind of thing. What you want to avoid that. So just say, I'm going to introduce myself. The speech kind of lessons that, even if you do a speech and let the kids judge, like ask questions about that, it's, in my experience, it's never fun, because you never know the level of the class you're going to have. So you got to kind of, it's more dangerous than this version. My version is, I think, always works for any age level. So I pretty much always do it. Let me open mine up so I can show you what mine is. I don't want full screen. Okay. So once you want to prepare some questions about you, like questions about what's my favorite. So any of those work to your level, right? So elementary school, what's for second grade, what's my favorite color is fine. With when you say favorite, make a heart with your hands is fine. It's not that big a deal. With you're doing a high level junior high school, you might say, what state am I from? Or what's my favorite Indian food or something. You could make them a little more difficult, but for my example, I made them all easy because I'm not sure what level you're doing. So first, let me bring up my whoa. Okay, back in action. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Here we go. So the game I included down below, which you can download for free, is, oh, there's me again. I didn't expect that to happen. Is this one. So it's a PowerPoint about me quiz. Now, of course, it's better if you have a picture of yourself here. Funny picture. You're doing something cool is very encouraged. In fact, have a picture here of yourself. So my game is all about you. So let me go back to the. Oh, great. There's me again. Go back to the thing. So the first thing you want to do is write your name on the board, of course, because this might be your really first interaction with the students. Write your name on the board. And you want to have the students get into their lunch groups. Now, lunch groups in junior high school is not always the case because they may have long rows or whatever. So you want groups of 4 or 5. And you'll pass out a worksheet, which is right here. You want to pass out this worksheet. I'll share my full screen. Come on, what's the point? Share full screen. Share full screen. Yeah. Okay, now you can see everything. So pass out this worksheet to all the, of course, you don't have to use my worksheet. It's so easy to make this by hand. It wouldn't be hard to make this by hand at question 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you have a bonus question, just write it on the back. Pass out this to every class, every group. And if you have a computer, it's great to use this on the computer. If you don't have a computer, then you can, obviously. But let's see what this game looks like. So you click a button. And you have 5 point questions up to 5 points. Ask any student, any person that's the most happy to be a volunteer, to pick a question. Let's say they pick 3-point question. You click it and click again. What's my favorite Japanese food? Okay, so then you give the students, good if you use a timer here, 2 minutes. What's my favorite Japanese food? And write my favorite Japanese food. So on the paper where it was question 3, they should be answering this question, what's my favorite Japanese food? Be sure to say anything's okay, or they will choose from these 9. So just say anything's okay, sushi, Tempura. Anything? I was trying to think of one outside of here. Takoyaki's not here. Yeah, it's not here. Okay, it's takoyaki. Make sure you say anything's okay. 2 minutes on the clock. Let them talk it out. Boom. Once they've written their answer, you want to ask volunteer from each group what they guessed. If you want to be funny, you could write a picture of it on the board. Funnier the better. That means actually the worse you draw it, the better. And then you say, my favorite Japanese food is, boom, and say it to them. And whoever got it right gets 3 points. And you want to keep the points on a scoreboard system like this. Like this. The scoreboard right here. The scoreboard system I use right here to keep score of the points. And you continue along this game. And it's 5 questions with a bonus. The bonus is how old am I, which is a little bit difficult for elementary school kids. So you want to change that. All of this is very editable. So you can change it to any difficulty level. And it works really well because it makes the students interact with you instead of you just talking about, hey, here's a penguin. I've been to the North Pole. That's cool. But, students care about you a lot. Sure, some kids really wouldn't care about you. But I want to get everyone to care about my English lesson, So it's better to have a guessing game about me rather than this is what I did in my life kind of thing. I mean, and the younger you get, the more I find that's true, right? So sure, first year elementary school kids are very interested in you, right? But they don't have, if you have to talk in English about everything, you can't really convey what you've done in your life, right? So I like to keep the questions more easy, like what's my favorite color? 2 minutes, everyone guess. What's my favorite sport? Everyone guess. What's my favorite animal? Again, be sure to say anything's okay, or they will choose from this line. The pictures are designed so that, everyone can guess what the question is, and whether they can read Japanese, understand Japanese, anything, they know what you're saying. And 5-point question, where am I from? Don't say this before this question comes up, which I've seen some people do. Don't do that. Just wait for this question to say where you're from. Everyone will ask you to say, oh, wait, after this question. And the bonus question for 10 points, just to make sure that everyone has a good, nice chance to win. How old am I? Okay, and that's pretty much it. Let's see. Let me share that part of the screen again. Screen sharing. That's me. Fumbling through this Google Hangout. There we go. Now you should be able to see just that again. And if you have extra time, which is really cool for junior high school, make sure to write on the back, say, you read a question for me, junior high school. This looks really great. I mean, of course, you'll get some stupid questions, but if a group works, you don't get the stupid question of, the embarrassing question that you don't want to answer. If you have them write the bonus question on the back, and there's a group, they'll usually make a good question. Do you have a girlfriend? Do you like Funashi or something? If you have them right on the back, it's a really good kind of bonus level activity. So let's go to the next side of the intro game. Okay, so after your intro game, you want to ask the teacher what they thought of it. Even if, what did they think of your game to the English JT or the elementary school teacher? What did you think? So, and then, of course, they might have some opinions. You want to hear those. Of course, not every class you do is going to be like this. This is a very simple lesson, right? You didn't really teach. Did you teach it in English? Not really, but you want to make people have fun. That's the most important thing, to have fun this first lesson. They got to hear in English. You were speaking English when you do the game, I hope. That's the point of this game, right? You want to ask about the next class. Of course, say you have an activity, even if you don't. You want to say, oh, yeah, I've got a game prepared. I've got something prepared. Even if you don't, just say it, You want to make sure even if you want to show that you're proactive and you're obviously very prepared teacher the whole year. Also, thank them for helping. They might just sit there and grade their papers or sit in the back, do nothing, say thanks for helping, just be nice, even if it's not true, even if they didn't help, say nice. I think just saying thank you will sometimes make them do stuff because you make them feel bad, like, oh, I was supposed to do something. I didn't do anything. Oops, just talking to them is a good idea. You want to be remembering the name is, of course, a good idea. Okay, so second Q&A time on this game. If there's any questions, I know it's really delayed from what I'm doing. I want to draw. Someone guessed it's okay. Chobari with the nice answer there. Uh, Dylan Smith with the classic. We answer that later. What's up, Brad Cat? Nice to see you. Sure. Taking my second drink of water. We are almost there to the end. 40 minutes, not bad timing there, huh? Okay, Chobri, I'm listening. Oh, for first, second, and third graders, Chobri with a question: will this game be suitable for Ichini and Sanense? I say very much yes. Now, what you have to do is, of course, more gestures. So, favorite means put your hands to your heart in a heart shape to your heart. What's my favorite animal? Dog? No. Cat? No. Draw a picture on the board of a dog? No. And it's more. You have to do more. Body English to get the point across. But I think it's fine. Of course, they might the how old am I might be a little bit difficult because they'll definitely answer you in Japanese. So I mean, for me at that level, it's fine. You could also alternatively change the question to be, "What's my favorite?" Let's see, what's a good one for Ichinense? I'm trying to go to the lowest. What's my favorite character is a fine question. They'll always guess Funashi, Mario, something like that. That's really fine. And other hangups, yeah, all these questions are made for any age level, basically. They'll know nothing. Sports is basically katakana, so it's katakana English, so it's so easy to say it. So, all right, guys. Well, there goes the intro game. Be sure to download that if you want the PowerPoint version of it. PowerPoint is always good because anything I'm using a computer, the interest level peak goes up about 10%. I always find so. I like to use a computer when I can, even if I could definitely have written that on the board. Bring the computer in, adds 10% interest. So it's just a good idea. Oh, Joe with a nice point saying that if you bring a little notepen in the pocket, when they come talking to you, you can note their request even if it's not necessary. Oh, okay. Nice one, Chobri. I hope I'm saying that right. Probably not. Okay, so let's get to one of the yearly lesson plans sample that I've prepared for elementary school. Let me bring that up here. I want to share my screen for this section. Now, these, so to show my face again, apologize in advance. Share my full screen. Okay. So if you purchase these yearly lesson plans, you will get 4 files. First is to read this first. I'm not going to get into that. Next is make sure it's the right one. Next is a yearly curriculum, right? So this is every single game. Let me get the sample one. That's every single game. Where is it? It's not the one I wanted to get up. Not the one I wanted to get up. Send me right there. Okay, as you see, so every single lesson is written here. This is a sample. You saw a nice preview in the earlier. Every single lesson is covered here on the left, is written on the left side with every class breakdown on the top. So, for example, if you have to do lesson 1, class 2, you would look here and see your 3 activities. And it's just okay, this is what I got to do today. Cool. Now, when you want to go deeper into it, you go into the lesson plans. Let's go to lesson 1. All the lesson plans that are in the Hi Friends textbooks are all here. 2nd grade, 5th grade. Let's go to the 5th grade, lesson 1-1. We were talking, first you have a note from me saying about this lesson. You have a class breakdown. Let me make this 100% so it's more visible. So you go to your schools a different number of times. Some schools you go to many times where you have 4 classes for each lesson. This is great, but it doesn't always happen. In fact, it doesn't happen more than it does happen. So I want to make sure you're covered here. So I've made kind of curriculum for 3 classes. You go to school 3 times. Here you go to a school twice. And here you only go to a school once for each lesson. This will happen sometimes where you go to a school maybe once a month. So this one is kind of like the greatest hits, the most fun. Covers the grammar points and has just game central. Where these, if you go to the 4 times, you will definitely have more of a more deep look into the grammar and more games to practice them. So let's get to a lesson here. So lessons are set up like this. Lesson 1, class 1. This will be your first lesson with an elementary school, a typical one. Has your objective of every class and has the materials you will need to make this class. Now, this class has a lot of materials. Usually this is not the case. Bowling is a game that requires materials, which is why this one has a lot. I start every game with Yokotate, this game right here. Let me get just, I'm clicking that to get the link. I start every single class the same way because I think it helps to have how do I say this? It helps to have them know what's coming for the first 5 minutes. So sometimes like your class might run over the class before. If you do the same intro game every single time, I've gotten to the class where they're already doing the intro game and I'm not even there yet. So I do the same intro game for elementary school. I do the same exact warm-up game every single time. And it's so changeable that it's so easy to do. This is the perfect intro game for me. I always use it. Next, you'll have the activity with the procedural breakdown of everything to do. If you have a question like, hey, what's a scorecard? I'm not sure what a scorecard is. You click it and you'll be sent to the glossary with the write-up of that thing. So scorecard is a method of keeping score and playing games. Someone has to win, right? It's right here. Perfect to see for your reference. Make nameplates. I've written, and also there's board setups here. And I say bowling, and there's a soft time written here for how much time the activity is supposed to take. Here's the game and how to play it, and the material link. So any blue thing you can click and be sent to the website. So let's say we want to click blank nameplates. What's that? You'll be sent to the website, and blank nameplates. You click it, and boom, here we are, the blank nameplates, and they're very printable, easy to do. So for example, if you had to do an elementary school lesson, you read this and print that out, and you are ready in maybe 3 minutes. I mean, this will make you have more time for you to have more free time to enjoy Japan as you want, which is why I made these things. So to make your first year or your second year or your third year, you want to freshen things up. These are just the way to do it. Let's go to lesson 2, another example. My students will be able to say, my name is, nice to meet you, materials, procedure. Same thing here. Oh, flashcard skills. What's that? Click it. You go to the link, flashcard skills. That's basically how they're set up. They're set up so to be the simplest way ever for you to have a great first year. Now, of course, it will require work. You still have to be a good teacher. You have to bring your enthusiasm, bring your smile, learn how to work a class. You still will get the skills of how to be an LT, but this way, the lesson plan section for you is all done. You know, that was my goal, to make sure you can have easy, fun lessons in the simplest way possible. Now, if you choose to buy, be sure to use the coupon code Webinar Madness for the next 24 hours. $48 off of $1 million is still a good deal, if you know what I'm saying. And other than that, you know, you came to Japan to have fun, right? The first year is tough because your first year, second year, third year. The first year is tough because you have to plan everything, and it's really hard. And it takes a lot of time. I would spend an hour every day. I want to make sure you don't have to go through that problem. Also, my 5th year, I was tired of everything I planned. I had ideas for games, and I was like, I don't want to do the same thing this year. So I made all new ones. And that's what I spent all last year doing, was making these. Because I want you to have a way to either have a great first year or have a new first year if you kind of burn out of the way you have been doing things. You know, that's what I wanted to do. You have more time to do what you want to do in Japan. You came to Japan to have fun. Do it, you know? Don't let the lesson plans, planning your lessons, school tough parts of school, when it's not really a tough part, but make sure that doesn't get in the way. That's what these are for. So anyways, we are reaching the 50-minute mark of this webinar. This is the final Q&A time. I'll see if any questions here. A-Girl still having a lot of fun. Let's do a final writing of the coupon code, Webinar Madness. The best coupon code I can think of. A-Girl still having a lot of fun. Nice to hear it. Dylan Smith rocking it. Let's see what else I can go into. Let's zoom in on this guy. All right, guys. Well, if there's no questions, I'll let it go for a little bit long because the lag is pretty deadly here. At least a minute or so. It's pretty long for Google Hangouts, I thought. My hair is looking a mess. The one thing I don't like about this is because I see my face like right there. It's really intense. Too bad you didn't get to see my cat today. He didn't come around. Guess he's sleeping. I'm gonna show you some other stuff around my little computer here. I have a penguin. I have a unicorn. That's just a good idea to have that. You always need one of those around. I have, what else do I have? I have another penguin under the computer. It's always nice to have one of those around as well. Brad Cat, thanks for the comment. And will there be more in the future? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I would think no more than quarterly though. This is maybe every 3 months, every semester is a good idea. That sounds good. Dylan Smith, thanks for concurring. If that's it, I'm gonna end this thing up so there's not a big lull at the end of the YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? But guys, really, thanks for coming out. I know it's Sunday night. Thanks for spending an hour with me. If you're interested in those lesson plans, be sure to use Webinar Madness. And I hope to see you at the next one or on altinsider.com soon. I'll be in the chat room for the next little bit. So any questions that come in there, I will definitely be still in there. Other than that, I will see you next time. Remember, as always, what I always say, first day, don't be nervous, have more fun. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. Seriously, guys. Thanks for coming out. See you next time.